Good evening, everybody. What's up? What's up? This is your girl, Vonda Evans, coming at you. What's going on? What's going on? Trying to get myself regulated. How you doing? How you doing? Let's check in. Let's check in. See who we got out here in social media world this evening. I forgot to do a little promo to let you know that I was going to be coming on this evening, but I'm here. So let's check in, see who we got around here. You know, what's going on? What's going on with you? Let me make sure I got all my people in place. Uh, okay. Cindy Terry, good evening. Nice to see you. Nice to be seen in our view, baby. That means that we still got some purpose left up in here. Who else we got? Who else we got? Anybody else checking in? Check in, check in. Come on now. I'm waiting on you. Gotta make sure I'm on my Facebook, positive affirmations and everything else. Come on in, check on in. What's up? What's up? What's up? See, oh yeah, I guess y'all out there shopping, spending that bread. Okay, see, I'm broke. I ain't got look. I gotta try to have a little restraint up in here. Somebody gotta not be spending some money so I can pay some bills. All right, Cora Logan from High Point, North Carolina. They make the best furniture and the best people too. Love them. Good evening from Houston. Oh my goodness. I know y'all got some beautiful weather. That's Tamika Perry. That was Cora Logan from High Point. Antonio Bettis from Brera, Ohio. Barra, Ohio. I don't know. I messed stuff up. Kaylin Martz. Hello. How you doing? Where you from, Miss Martz? Let me know, Tap. Let me know. Stephanie Lynn. Good night from Brooklyn. Cynthia Kennedy. Hey, sis. Y'all gotta let me know where y'all from. You know, we gotta give y'all a shout out, and we need to know them cities, them states, them countries. Okay. Smooth approved. Good evening from Cincinnati. Kimberly Stokes from Warren, Michigan. All right, right around the corner. Aja Washington. Good evening, Vonda. You are my favorite judge watching from San Francisco, California. California, hey. I love them warm places. Janine Gaynor from Fort Worth, Texas. Okay. Delisa Gray Smith from Columbus, Ohio. Okay. Good evening from Dallas, Texas. Good evening. What's up? Oh, all of these beautiful places where it's nice and warm, with except in Warren, Michigan. Me and Kim Stokes. Well, it wasn't that bad today, so I ain't complaining about it. Kayla Martz from Kentucky. Beautiful. Cynthia Kennedy, Louisiana. More warm places. Christopher Cropper. Hey, what's up? Belinda Meese. Hey, Vonda from Virginia. Where you coming from, Christopher? We see you just say hey, so let me know where you coming from. Type in the chat where you from. Good evening, Elmira Nevels from Detroit. Cora Logan, I appreciate you. I'm honored. Maria from Massachusetts. See who else we got coming up in here. Sharon Lucas from Ohio. Christopher Cropper from New York City. Yes, indeed. As a matter of fact, I got the sweatshirt from New York when I was there. Love it. It's one thing I love about New York. They don't go sleep. Okay, Detroit, they go sleep at 10 o'clock. Everybody in the bed. Okay, and then they go into the after hours doing some mischief. Okay, we got Erica Miller from Dallas, Texas, and Dennis Torres from Wisconsin. Becky Love from Pennsylvania checking in. And Miss Cummings from Barbados. I know it's beautiful there. I know it's beautiful. Oh, I know it's beautiful. When I get there one day, Lord willing, I will. I got to do some traveling. Karen James, Miami, Florida. You know, y'all just got jackets on. Denise Hawkins Mack from Alabama. Flo Smith, Auntie, what's up? Love you, Mama. Flo from Detroit. This is my auntie. I swear I love her to death. She has always supported me, prayed for me, supported me. Listen, that's my auntie. I love her. I love her. See what else we got coming on. Because I ain't do my little promo to let y'all know what time it was. So I just jumped on. But I, I felt compelled to do it. Um, we've been talking a little in these last weeks about really things that I think are not just like relationship stuff, but people stuff. And I want to talk about that. Gussie from New Orleans, Nolans. Daughter went to LSU down there. And so, we gonna get back to the fun relationship and what we need to do. But right now, I want to talk about something else. Maurice White, happy holidays, love you more. Rosa Clayton. Now y'all gotta let me know where y'all from. LaCour from Memphis, Tennessee, in the house. Give people time to jump on. Valerie Bell from Louisville, Kentucky. Gussie, who dad? From who dat? Okay, I don't know what who that is, but might be someplace. Okay. See who else we got coming in, checking in. All right. Antonio from Detroit. Hey. Deidre from Alexandria, Virginia. UVA down there. Gussie is Saints. I still don't know. I'm not sure. Teresa Wallace from Alabama. And Deborah from Houston. Deborah Nelson from Sumter, South Carolina. Veronica from Midtown. Good evening, Vonda. Good evening to you. Okay, guys. So I'm Selena from Detroit and Cindy from Houston. What's up? Gussie from New Orleans. Boy, I'm telling you, hurt yourself eating all that good food down there. That food is good and rich. So Hank from Houston, Breezy. Maria, hey, holla back from north side of Texas, even though I'm temporarily on the south side of the third ward. Now, yes, I'm watching my own backside on my own, but considering a southern killing seasons are called. All right, Priscilla from Panama. Virginia Schroeder from Freezing, Pennsylvania. That's a hell of a name. Freezing. Freezing, Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if that's the name of it. Damn, I don't want to be living up in no place that. So I'm gonna jump right into this. And Linda Perkins from Pasadena, California. Listen, when we were young, the holidays were a time for celebration. We'd be making our list, checking it twice, making sure that we got all the things that we wanted. For many of y'all remember them big old catalog books. We used to get them from Sears and Roebuck, and some of them would have like stuff from Montgomery Wards. Some of them would have stuff. Then later on, Toys R Us, and we would be, this is what we wanted, and it was a joyous time. Hey, Sister Tracy Muhammad. And we just looked forward to that period of time because J.C. Penney's, because it was just so fun, and we didn't know how much it was going to be. Katrina from Detroit, we just didn't know what it was going to be. We didn't care. All we knew is Dana from Romania, my girl. All we knew is we wanted what we wanted. Then as the time went on, we realized that, it wasn't a Santa Claus, which we already knew. And, we got to be a little bit older. Okay. And then, many of us went away to school, became parents, became Santa Claus. And then we got those lists from our children, and they'd have all of this stuff they wanted. And we'd be out here trying to open up credit cards and try to get stuff done, et cetera, et cetera. Then it got to be a point where, what's up, Leonard from Detroit? It got to be a point where, our children got grown, and, holidays start to feel different. Like, you know, um, my my judge on my case, my son passed suicide. Okay, sorry about that, Miss Richards. And then holidays became harder. Um, the thing about it is, and for many of you all that know, I am a Christian, and love you too, to life, Lennar. And so many of the things that I pull on are from my instruction book is from the Bible. Okay, but many of you we have Sister Tracy Muhammad that is from the Nation of Islam. She's Muslim, and so her book is the Quran, and then we have others that may pull from the Torah. One thing about the Bible, it talks about war and rumors of war. And it tells us that time will come. Well, what you talking about? War, like going to battle? I'm talking about never thinking that you and your girlfriend, your girl, y'all wouldn't speak no more. Your marriage would end. Your mama would die. My husband would die. My son, my daughter, I would get sick. They get sick. We never understood that those times come. And over the lifetime, it seemed like we was a solid piece. Now we feel like Swiss cheese with holes all in it. And the holiday seemed like, I know probably when I got to be up in my 20s, it seemed like everybody died right around Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was like, you look up, what? Such and such got what? Unexpected death, suicide, sadness. And it became a time of saying, I just be glad when this is over with. You know what? I remember people saying, I can't stand November, December. I can't stand it. That's when mama died. As a matter of fact, my father died in November, and right before Thanksgiving. And so it's a reminder. You know what I'm saying? And so those holidays, they don't mean the same thing. Many of us don't even got a tree up. We just don't feel the need to celebrate the holiday because it's a time of mourning and it's a time of real pressure. But let me tell you something about life. Everything in your life has an expiration date, including you, including me. I want you to do something to see if I'm lying. Go in your refrigerator. Some things expire sooner than others. Your ketchup might be good for 2 years, but your eggs only going to be good for 2 weeks. Your milk. Everything has an expiration date. God allows things to come into our lives, people to come in our lives, to be married, to date, to have children, to have grandchildren, nieces and nephews. But we all have our separate journey. My journey ain't your journey. Even if you could be my twin, but your journey is different from my journey. the Bible says there's a time to be born, there's a time to die. And that's different from everybody. And what we do is we want to hold on and relish the times of connection, which were so good. Because I think I see Sister Muhammad said my sister died on December the 30th. So right around that time, it's like, I can't, and what we have to do, there are two choices. God gives us test. The enemy gives us temptation. Temptation is when he sets something up that's designed for you to fail. But a test is designed for you to make the right choice. So, but they look the same. Okay, they be looking the same. When you lose your nephew, when you lose your daughter, your son, they be looking the same. Okay, I don't know if this is from the devil. I don't know if from God. All I know, I'm hurting because I didn't see it. And I didn't want it to happen. And when I look back over my life, it shouldn't have happened because my life said that everybody live to get older. And I got people in my life that's dying at 20, 30, 40. It's not right. It ain't fair. But when I told you about the rumors and there will be wars and rumors and war, these things have to come. So do changes in your life. You thought you and your best girlfriend was like this. Y'all finished each other's sentences. Now y'all don't even speak. Your boy, you know what I'm saying? That was your guy. You know what I'm saying? He was your best man at your wedding. That was your Don't even talk no more. The person that you used to be, you may not be. You and your mom and your dad, y'all was thicker than thieves. Not no more. They gone on. Life changes. And what we want to do is focus on those periods, on the loss. Damn, I know where I was when I got the news that my daddy died. I knew where I was when my cousin died. I knew exactly where I was. And it takes us to a place of temptation. We begin to be tempted to do things that are not good for us. I need a drink. I don't care. I mean, after the holiday, I'm going to be all right. I just need something to get me through it. The enemy is telling us, go ahead and get that drink. Go ahead and smoke that blunt. Go ahead and hit that cocaine. Go ahead. Go ahead and call that old ex-dude. Go ahead. These are all situations, temptations that are designed to destroy us. And we look to them in our time of need. Why? Because God knows your future, but the enemy knows your past. He knows how close you and your sister was. He knew how close you and your husband was. So he knows that these are triggering times. And so it seems like the thoughts of them come in your mind so much, and it make you want to do bad things, not good things, self-defeating things. I don't feel like getting up. Why should I put up a tree? I ain't got nobody to celebrate with. I don't feel like cleaning my car. And we find ourselves getting caught in a rut that we can't get out of because the memories flood our mind, but not the good memories, really the bad. How they died. The last time we seen them, it was at the morgue. It was at the funeral. It's nothing good. And it leads us to want to do things that are self-sabotaging. You ain't smoked all year. Give me a cigarette. I need something. I need me a little taste. It's the holiday. I'm going to get me a little drink. Knowing that alcohol is a spirit and ain't nothing good coming out of no liquor. Zero, especially when you be depressed. Zero. Then the enemy start to say, well, if you had called her more, or if you had talked to them more. And then the enemy starts to make you feel bad about what you didn't do or what you should have done. Ooh, I got Vonda rolling. I got a caught. Because now I'm missing them. And I'm putting on top of it how I last saw them. And now I got to deal with the grief of what I should have done, but I didn't do. So now the enemy got us rolling. Let me tell you what she gonna do. She gonna drink herself. She gonna get out here and drive and kill somebody. She gonna be almost on a verge of a nervous breakdown, have a nervous breakdown. Oh, I got her now. I got her now. And what we have to do is recognize that these are triggers and we can't go for the bait. Now, the tests in life are designed to take you to another level. But it could be the identical event. I'll give you an example. When I made a decision to separate from my husband at that time, 30 days later, my dad died. Okay. And then what happened? My dog ran away. It just kept being stuff on top of stuff. And God was trying to let me know, daughter, all that I done taught you, I need you to put it to the test. I need you to understand. I need you to not go for the bottle, but go for the Bible. Remember, you've been in church. Now, this is the test, baby. And even though there were times I failed, I couldn't go for the Bible. I had to go for the bottle because I needed something to take that pain because it was too much. And instead of God making me feel bad, he would give me rest and say, come on, baby. Come on, let's go. You can make it. And it was a period of time that was so dark and so sorrowful that I knew it was the grace of God that got me through. But it seemed like, but God wasn't going to let me get to point B till I had to get through point A. See, when I went to law school, you can take the bar as many times as you want and it ain't held against you. God don't hold against you the fact that you were supposed to go to Bible study, but you went to the bar. He like, she gonna be all right. She gonna be all right. But the test is still going on. But he don't hold that against us. When you encounter sadness, grief, you gotta be able to somehow say this. Damn, I missed them. Damn it. But I understand this. And I want you to do this when you start thinking about how much you miss somebody. Go to your refrigerator. Everything in your refrigerator has an expiration date. They was the eggs. Your cousin was the ketchup. Your other cousin was the mustard. But everything got an expiration date. And no matter who you are, I don't care if you vegan, I don't care if you run a marathon, death comes to us all. It gonna come to us. Sorrow, loss, yes, grief. But what you gotta do is how you deal with it. And instead of thinking about what you could have done, yeah, you should have called more often, but I didn't. I'm not going to penalize myself. I'm going to, the Bible said, think of the things that are good report. Girl, remember we used to go to Bella? Oh my God. Oh my, let me tell you something. And think about those times. No alcohol, No weed, no drink. But because I'm in the safety of my home. See, we'll set up little false situations. And the enemy is like, okay, girl, you at home. Ain't nobody around. Just have a drink. Just hit that blunt. Call that dude. You okay? Ain't nobody, you ain't going to jail. And reminisce like what she was saying, but just have you with something to relax with. What you're then doing is feeding into what the enemy wants, because he's tempting you with something that he knows is your weakness. He ain't tempting you to read no Bible. Go to Ecclesia, he ain't tempting you to do that. And you don't want to do that because you ain't feeling it, because you're feeling pain. And you want to alleviate that pain. And what he's going to entice you with is not the things of the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. He going to entice you with that liquor, that sex, that blunt, that cocaine. But it's in the privacy of your home. I don't give a damn if it's in the bathroom. You got to say no. But see, if I reminisce on the good stuff, this is what she was saying, but then I have my drink, what damage am I doing? Alcohol has a spirit, and it's a spirit of negativity. And no matter whether you drink it right before you go to bed, you start to have nightmares. Your day is not productive. It affects your liver. Ain't nothing good out of no liquor. But you're in warfare. And you kind of understand that it may not hurt like it did when it first happened. But because you are taking on the liquor and all this stuff, it's making it start to feel bad. Then you don't want to get up. You don't want to do nothing because of that liquor. So what you got to be able to do is say, Lord, thank you for however long I had. I wanted it to be longer. Damn it. I'm going to be honest. I wanted to be married forever. I wanted to be like these people that be on TV. We've been married 46 years. But guess what? It didn't happen. And I'm not going to allow the enemy to play games with my mind and say, but if you had done this or you had done that, no, woulda, coulda, shoulda. I know that's from the enemy. Eliminate. I'm not going to think about that. And what happens is that once you identify the source, you can cut it off, but you got to identify the source. Is this of God or is this of the enemy? And right now, many of us, we are under attack until the holiday is over. Reminiscing, wanting to go out to the graveyard, wanting to, look in the photo album, taking us to a place, then having us a little cocktail. You okay? I know you used to, listen, you used to smoke blunts, and you used to do 51s, but this ain't nothing but a little liquor. It's not the same. Baby, listen, before you know it, you be right back in it. Look, go on and call that girl over and just have you some illicit sex. Girl, listen, it ain't that liquor and you not smoking crack. It's just some illicit sex. Then you using sex as a drug because it's a means of making the pain bearable. And what you got to do is this. You got to say, it's here. It's my dog. It's my cousin's birthday. You got to force yourself. Get your butt up. Make your bed. I know it's silly. Make your bed. Everything that your house, clean it. Focus on the goodness, the times you had together. Make sure you go out and walk. Make sure you exit because you're in warfare. And what it does is, God is saying, this girl don't learn. It ain't going to bring my father back. Okay, reality, maturity is accepting we're here. We're here. It's not going to change, but I'm changed. I can't go back down that rabbit hole because I understand that everything got an expiration date, including me. Hell, I don't know if this time next week, y'all might just be watching these and saying, damn, she didn't even know she left out and got hit by a car. We don't know. But what we do know is at the time that we have that's borrowed, we got to make the best of it. You got to be able to but see, Bondi, you don't understand. See, that was my daughter. That was my son. I met a man. I went to go get some soup. And, he was all on the phone, like, doing all this stuff. And I was like, he's like, yeah, I'm for the big game, got this championship game. I said, okay. I said, you got children? He said, no. My son was killed. I said, oh, okay, I'm sorry. He said, but my son loved basketball. He said, and as a therapy, I went back and started coaching. I said, wow, that was really a testament. See, what he was able to do is say, I can't bring my son back, but I know he loved to touch that ball. And because I'm going to look in his life and the things that were important to him, I'm going to do that. My sister always liked to play Secret Santa. I'm going to do that. I may not have my child, but I got my niece and my nephew. I may not have a husband, but I know some elderly people, senior people that need some help. Do you get what I'm saying? And when I saw how happy that man was, engaged, I said he could be at a bar, grieving, and let that grief kill him. For many of you that know, I am a retired judge. I can remember people being killed, and I look up, and 8 months later, their mama did because of the grief. Grief will kill you. Do you hear me? Grief will kill you, and it will make you make some bad choices. It'll make you say things like, girl, did you do that? Oh, wait a minute, hold on for a minute. Let me check my phone. I texted him. Oh, shoot. Grief will. You've come too far. And all God gonna do is, because he allows us to make, we are free choices. Well, I'm gonna have to give Bonda that text next week. I'm gonna give it to her in May too. I think by September, because he's so loving. But we gotta learn from that. And I'm gonna tell you something about every person on here. It is your darkest moments that you learned your greatest lesson. It's your darkest moments. It's when you gave up on you and everybody else did. That you learn that you were resilient. 90% of the people, not 99% of the people here have lost somebody they love that was close to them. I ain't talking about no fairy tale. You remember when we was little and you'd be like, how they die? Now we just like, damn, because we at the age where death be happening, okay? But it used to be that we were protected from that. When we were young in the 5th grade, 6th grade, people just didn't die that we knew because we were young. But that's something that we now deal with. And what we have to do is equip ourselves on how to handle it. It's easy to say, man, listen, I know what you're saying, but my heart hurts so bad that if I don't take a liquor or I don't do something, I'm going to die. And if you keep doing it, you will. And all I could say was, damn, here's a man that loved his son enough to pick up his passion and be a blessing to people he don't even know. Ooh, God using him. to share his gift, his talent. And he was into it. You know, he had the gear on. I was like, whoa, into it. But that was how he was able to deal with his pain, his loss. He didn't run from what his son loved, he ran to it. And he became a part of it. And it blessed other people. I don't know if people know his testimony, but they know his gift, his commitment. Here's a man who don't gotta be showing up for people who ain't even related to him, going in his pocket, buying stuff and helping them with stuff, and he ain't gotta do that. But what he's doing is a tribute to the love he had for his son. My dad died 6 years ago, and I didn't even get the chance to say goodbye. Baby, at the end of the day, Kayla, many of us feel that way. We all got an expiration date. That's a trick of the enemy. Where if you had said goodbye, and if you had said goodbye, what was going to happen? They still was going to die, and guess what? You would be something else. If I had visited them more, I didn't visit them more. Enemy will use whatever is in his arsenal, grief, memory, pain, to destroy you. To destroy you. Because at the end of the day, whether you were with him, you visit him every day, the enemy always goes to, but what about that day you went out on that date? Well, that was 15 years ago. But still, had you, and before you know it, you start to allow and entertain these negative thoughts, which are of the enemy. Well, I don't believe in all of that. Well, that's on you, okay? But let me tell you something. God been too good to me, and that's what I believe, okay? And my point being to you, that's the trick. Oh, don't believe nothing. Don't believe the Bible. Don't believe the Quran. Don't believe the Torah. Don't believe nothing. And if you don't, what do you have to go to in your time to trigger the enemy? Because one thing I know for certain, I can attest to, it was during those times where I thought I was going to just give up, that it was the faith, it was my faith that said, just take a nap. Just take a nap. Just stop. Just take a nap. And I did. And I'm here. You got to keep going. And when you identify, is this of the enemy? That's a straight up trick. Where if I had been there, goodbye, Dad, he gonna be gone anyway. It ain't gonna be like, damn, I got a chance to say goodbye to her. No. What you gotta do is do your best. Let me tell you what life does do. Death does. It makes you appreciate taking time for people you love. Girl, come on, let's go to the club. I gotta go see my mama. Girl, come on, let's go to the club. I gotta go do this for my dad. Girl, come on, let's go to Cabo. Come on, forget that. Because at the end of the day, you gotta live with you. And the worst battle in your life is me versus me. You can fight me all day, but when you battle yourself, that's a hell of a fight. And so what you got to be able to do is slow life down a little bit. You know, many people have been so kind and gracious to invite me to holiday parties. I don't got time that, because what it does, you get to drinking and laughing and joking. Baby, I'm in the last quarter. I got to be so focused. Why? Because I can't use the time that I have left in my life irresponsibly. See, used to be I could give up a day or two with a hangover. I can't do that no more. I'm not there no more. I don't want to do that. When I go to bed, I got stuff planned the very next day of what I got to do. You understand what I'm saying? I'm doing what I need to do. I'm focusing. I'm preparing because I understand how short this life really is. This is some real deal stuff. And so me being drinking and getting all messed up and getting drinking the red cup and doing all of this and then getting sick, I ain't got time for that. God is delivering me from that. That's not my life. I don't even that I don't even want to do. I don't even consider that fun. Okay, I do not. And so my point being to you, identify, is this a test from God? And if so, I'm going to use what he has taught me from the Bible, the Quran, the Torah. Or is this a temptation of the devil? Because see, a temptation is of evil. Temptation is to destroy you. See, a test will elevate you. A temptation will destroy you. So he uses things to tempt you. Ain't nothing good coming out of no liquor. Nothing. Ain't nothing good coming out of no crack. Ain't nothing good coming out of no 51. Nothing. Nothing. And so what you got to be able to do is these last years that we got is to make better choices. Like the man that was getting the soup, who decided to dedicate his life to being a coach to honor his son who had gone on. Ooh, baby. He turned that around. Pow. And at the same time, he's being able to be a blessing to those people. And I don't know his son, but I know that that would be something that I think that the son would have wanted him to do. Stop allowing these memories of what you should have done, what you could have done to destroy you. They are tricks of the enemy to destroy you. Mama gone, but you didn't see mama and say goodbye. Well, what was that? I mean, I know, that would have been a good thing, but what difference would it have made in the long run? None. This journey is about you. My journey is about me. These people that came in our lives, our moms, our dads, our children, were all like people in our refrigerator. They had separate expiration dates. If you went to a job, say you got hired, let's look at me. I worked for the court. I was down there 22 years. All of a sudden, I didn't have a job anymore. Okay? All of the people that I shared, that we knew each other, laughs and good and bad, I didn't see them people anymore because my time had expired. Recently, today, I had posted, and it's almost like I will not ever forget 5 years ago. I was in a very life changing situation. And it said, stand on this word. God has a bigger plan for your life. And I found that. And I'm like, here I am, 55 years old, only had one real job all my life, making $1.50. And God has a bigger plan for me than I know. What? I posted it, but I didn't believe it. And I think that when I posted it, says, stand on this word. But I said, well, it'll be a blessing for somebody. But right now, where I was, I had FOMO checks coming, and that was it for your girl. 0. And I'm like, Lord, I can't believe you would have allowed me to have a job, and now I don't got no job, and I ain't got no way to take care of my children. They were grown, but they were, what in the hell is this? I didn't feel it, but I was obedient. I didn't feel it, but I was obedient. But don't you, I was obedient. I wanted to bless somebody even though I felt I was under siege. I just wanted somebody to say, that's a word. And today, when I saw it, I was like, God, you knew all the time. Yeah. But it was a test. See, I had to make a decision of all the things that God has done for me. Did I believe that he would leave me like that? It felt like it. It looked like it. It smelt like it. But faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. And I had to stand on something. I said, let me encourage somebody else, even though I'm going to be in poverty. And now look at God. 59, new business, doing more work, getting more money than I did as a judge, and still able to reach people through social media. And less stress. God knew I didn't. For every bad situation you have encountered in your life, you learn from it. You learn to be resilient. You learn that tomorrow will come. You learn that no matter what it looked like, as long as I'm breathing, God got me here for a reason. And when you start to look at life like that, you make better choices because you're not operating from bondage, pain, but you're operating from faith. And that's all this life is about. Is being able to understand. See, the problem that we have with death, we don't understand it. Well, why did my niece have to die at 28? She was young. We don't understand death. See, if we understood it, it would make it a little easier. So there's no closure, there's no finality. But when you understand that these people were allowed to come into your life with the title, my title was Judge of Third Circuit. They come into your life with the title of mom, dad, cousin, auntie, sister, brother, husband, friend. That's their title. That's not their destiny. You were a part of that. But they had to come here on their own. See, the eggs is next to the milk, but they got a different purpose. Even the eggs in the same egg container can be used differently. We get caught up in the label. That's my mom. That's my dad. That's my sister. That's my brother. That's my cousin. God allowed them to come in your life to teach you something. And if all you done know that you learn from losing your mama, losing your daddy is I ain't get to say goodbye, girl, stop. What your daddy done taught you? What was important to your dad? Did your dad volunteer? Did your dad go to the church? What was close to him? And what you got to be able to do is step into his big shoes and continue his legacy. Like that man did for his son. And in that way, God will give you another purpose. He will repurpose you. I lost my son, but I'm the coach of the JV team, and I'm helping other people who moms and dads don't have my story or don't have my time, but we all winning. When he could be at the bar drinking, talking about, or at the cemetery, talking about how he missed his son. That ain't what life is about. If when I go, my kids say, well, mama, I was on my way and mama died. I was in traffic. Girl, if for all that stuff I done, and that's all you remember, that you was in traffic and you didn't get to say goodbye to me, girl, you better be jumping on some lives. You better be spending some knowledge. You better be out here in the community trying to make a difference. Step into my shoes. Honor what was important to me. Let my legacy live through you. And don't bury it with your grief and your pain and the liquor in your temptation. Give life to what was important to me. And in that way, you honor me. You can put me in the best casket. You can put me in the best urn. You can have the biggest home going. That don't honor me. That is not what I valued. I am valued in my life being able to help people. And so, baby, if you miss seeing me, just pick up the rein. Here's the mantle and handle your business. Because that's what I'm about. And so what I'm challenging you to do when you get to feeling bad, what Leroy love? Really, what really did Leroy really love? Oh, girl, he loved the baseball. He loved the football. He loved volunteer. Honor that person through your commitment. Recently, okay, letting you guys know, and I'm not trying to compare people to dogs, but okay, my dog meant a lot, okay? I didn't spend the quality of time that I should because I was working, and toward the end of his life, I was able to do that. But when he passed, and I had a chance to assist my children with their dogs, I jumped right in. Now, they ain't my dog. I don't feel like walking them and doing all of that. That's my commitment to him. Because what my dog showed me was love, patience, and being able to be there for him. I'm going to be there for this dog. Even though it's something I don't really want. I want to be flying around, doing what I'm doing. Okay, that's what I want to do. But I've committed because I know that if he were here, that would be something I believe would be important to him. And so I jumped right into it. That's what I'm saying to you. So the enemy, when you try to say, well, girl, if you know all them times that you left that dog by himself, you should have. I can't change that. But I can at least now be a blessing to somebody else. I can't change what's in my past. But I can now pick up that mantle and carry it on. I can be a blessing to people who got dogs. I took all the clothes and gave them to the dog shelter, give money, being able to, I want to be a blessing because he was a blessing to me. But I had two choices. I could let that temptation of my guilt, my pain destroy me. Or I could say it's a test and say, God, thank you for 17 years of having him in my life. And let him know how much I loved him, because now I'm going to do something that's fitting for his love. And I'm going to continue to give. Okay? And that's what I'm saying to you. You're not honoring your loved one when you drinking the liquor, going out here having illicit sex, doing cocaine, treating people bad. You ain't honoring nobody but the devil. And you letting them use you as a tool. And what'll happen, you can lose you. Honor them in a productive, loving way. And remember, you ready? Whenever you start to feel funny or feel sad, will you do me one thing? Go to that refrigerator. And in that refrigerator is your life. It's a mom in there, it's a dad in there. Those things represent people. And the time that they have is limited. And instead of beating yourself up about what you coulda, shoulda did, honor their memory by stepping up and doing something for somebody else. That man didn't have to tell me that. But the fact that he shared that with me made me really see he really loved his son because he is honoring him in his legacy. And that's what we got to do. Life, as I said, I'm Christian. When Jesus died, what if everybody had said, well, he gone, we thought he was going to be the king and save us, and he didn't, so he out of here. Just forget it. And didn't continue with his teachings. We wouldn't have Christianity. But what they did was they said, what did he say? Matthew, what'd you say that he said? Well, I think he said this. James, what'd you say? Let's write this down. You sure about this? Okay. And they wrote these things down and they made a Bible. And today people's lives are changed because of what he said and what he stood for. I need you to do that for your cousin, for your dad, for your mom, for your son, for your daughter. Continue their legacy. And what she loved cheer. Let me show you these pictures. She used to love them cheer. Remember she used to put them little cheer things in get your butt down there to your local school. Say, listen, I'd be willing, I used to help with my daughter's cheer. You ain't got to go in detail, but I'd like to be a volunteer if you let them. Baby, they do. They will be like, oh my God, are you kidding? And then what do? You repurpose that tool. I love Facebook Marketplace. This is not like a commercial. I love it. And people have shared with me over the time from my office to my home. I've got some bulbs. And this woman said, my mother was a teacher. Please be careful. This is when she got this bulb, and it was from 1982. Best teacher. And I hang it and I display it because I'm giving honor to it in my home. I'm repurposing it. And that's what we have to do. The Bible says, don't take your gift, your light, and hide it under a bush. Let everybody see. You mean you doing all of this for, and I just want to leave you with this. I never met Mr. Carmonas, but I remember when his wife was dying and there was a plea and he was saying, pray for her, etc. But she ended up passing. He honored her by setting up the Barbara Ann Carmonas Institute. And through that institute, women's lives have been changed and spared. Early detection of breast cancer. People who have had breast cancer have been able to have life-changing treatments, all because that man honored her. He got his own family now. He got a wife, beautiful kids, but he honored her. Well, we ain't got money like that, but you can volunteer. You can take the clothes that you got and give it to their favorite charity, their favorite cause. You can do that. There's so much you can do. And when we start to repurpose and we work through this pain, you're like, damn, I was so honored to have had a mom like that, a dad like that, a cousin, a daughter, a son. I was so honored. Because now you're living for their purpose and you're helping other people. Does this make sense? Would it, because I'm trying to go back and forth, but Sister Tracy Muhammad said, let your light shine. And them little faces, they just light up that you're helping them, that you're volunteering, because these were things that were important to them. And they're like, go Vonda, go Vonda. Go Tracy, go Tracy. Go Florence, go Florence. So that's the challenge. Go to your refrigerator, write down the top 5 things that they loved, and find an outlet in which you can volunteer your time to the advancement of their memory. Don't nobody got to know why you're there. But showing up is going to bless somebody else. My kids said, Mama, you ever think about going to the shelter and maybe being like an adoptive mom? I don't know right now. It's a little soon, but I think that's something I want to do because I have so much love. You understand? God forbid one of my children passed before me. The things that were important to them, I'm jumping in feet first. Oh, she used to love doing, this for this organization or that for that organization. I'm going to make sure I'm Johnny on the spot. And I'm going to commit myself to the legacy of healing, of giving, and not allowing the temptation to overtake me. And so that's what I want you to do. Miss Hamlin said, I lost my son. But when what I say, you got to go to the refrigerator. And you say, damn, no matter how long you want them eggs to stay, they only good for about 2 weeks. Okay? Because they've outlived their expiration. We don't know the time of the date. That ain't for me to know. I ain't getting into that. I ain't no little God. I ain't all about that. What are we talking about? Miss Carson, just rewind. We talking about the holidays of grief because I'm about to share this in a minute. Okay, boo-boo? And I want you to share this with somebody who is suffering. It may be you. It may be somebody you love. That you see, damn, here come that time again. Because the enemy wants to use your memory to destroy you. Game no good, baby, because we are not destroying nothing up in here. Stay away from them triggers. You've been doing good all the time. It's just a Christmas party, no drinking. No, I'm going to one Christmas party and I'm handling business. That's what I'm doing. I'm handling business. I'm checking on some cases, okay? All right, other than that, that's okay. Why? Because I got to stay focused. I got to stay motivated. Because I know I'm at my last quarter. I mean, I ain't got a doctor report. I don't know nothing like that. But what I know, I ain't got time to be out here throwing away time. Those days are over with. And so I want to challenge you to evaluate your life, to come up with a plan, to honor them. And I want to see some of y'all on the baseball fields and them cheer teams. And when your kids was little and they loved it, I want to see y'all do that. And I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, Vonda, girl, that was the Holy Spirit speaking through you. Okay. Because I know that grief is real around the holiday. It's real. Suicide is tripled around the holiday from November to January. And it's because the enemy is using temptation to destroy us. And these are tips that I need you to use. But sis, I ain't got no more time not to waste. I can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? Then your head hurting, your mouth dry. You know what I'm saying? Then you like, damn, I done gave up a whole day for a couple of hours of drinking. It's not worth it. So listen, share this with somebody that you know might be having a little bit of a challenge. Say, why don't you watch it? See what you think about it. And if it's you, I want you to think about this and I want you to implement it if you believe in it. And I want you to be aware that the enemy is trying to destroy you. You winning, sis. You doing big things. You doing good. Don't let your memories of your past destroy you or deter you because you're going good. I love you. Next week we're gonna talk about something, and I just want to close by saying this. Sometimes I talk about things that, lighter things. But sometimes I got to talk about them heavy things because the Lord is telling me, Vonda, I need you to speak to my people about this issue. You understand what I'm saying? So I promise we're going to be talking about some, dating and, don't check that phone if you want to wreck your home. We're going to be on that. But this was important. I love you guys. Have a wonderful evening and happy holiday. And do me a favor. For those of you who feel you don't have any reason to celebrate or do, I want you to open your mind to realize that no matter what, this is a season of Thanksgiving. Whether Thanksgiving and every day, you are blessed and highly favored. And you got a plan on your life, a purpose. Because if you wouldn't, you'd be dead. It's a plan on your life. Stop letting the enemy derail you. You gotta move like this. You gotta move like this. You can't look to the left and the right. Okay, got it. My Apple Watch. Can't look to the left or right, but you gotta stay focused. You are somebody's blessing. You are somebody's breakthrough. You are somebody's go-to. You are blessed. You are highly favored. Well, I don't got all these people to talk to. That's okay. You got people in your family that look to you, that love you, that support you, that need you. Family members and friends and people you don't even know. It might be somebody at the grocery store that you give a good word to, and that prevent them from going home and killing themselves because they considered it because you gave them a good word. Let God use you. You're here for a purpose. Be blessed. And I'll be jumping back on talking stuff. Love you guys. Bye-bye.